And good afternoon. Welcome back to Charlie Brown Memorial Field, Game 3, Day 1 of the 2025 Valley City Midsummer American Legion Baseball Classic. Coming up in this game, it should be a dandy. We got Lisbon taking on Park River. Lisbon post 7 and the Park River Pirates from post 147. And a pleasant good afternoon to you. Paul McDonald with you here from Charlie Brown Memorial Field, alongside our producer and technical director here this afternoon, Eric Wrigley, and we are glad you are joining us for Legion Baseball. 2 games in and a couple of shutouts, some good pitching that we have seen so far. Earlier today, Hillsborough Central Valley 3-0 winners over Jamestown, and that was a no-hitter thrown by Chase Hapley. 13 strikeouts, couple of walks. Second game, a 10-0 win as Grafton, they were winners in that one over Oaks. Tony Villarreal with a shutout there, and 5 strikeouts, only gave up 1 hit as Grafton won in 10. Now we've got 2 teams that are very good baseball teams. Of course, Lisbon, their first year of having a high school team, but they have had Legion, and they actually won the state Legion championship last summer. Park River, most of these kids are part of a Babe Ruth state championship team from, they've won it 2 years in a row, 23 and in 24, and this year taking third at the state baseball tournament, defeated Northern Cass, a team that came into the state tournament undefeated, and they defeated Northern Cass in the third place game 10-1 after the Jaguars had lost to eventual state champion Thompson in the semifinals. Well, let's take a look at our batting orders in this one. First for the visitors, the Park River post 127 Pirates. Tucker Amdahl will lead things off at second base. Amdahl batting first at second. Batting second and pitching, Jake Solsing. Solsing is batting second and is pitching. Hitting the number 3 spot in left field, Noah Troutgruben. Troutgruben is hitting third in left. Batting in the cleanup spot in right field, Kieran Sullivan. Sullivan is batting fourth in right field. Batting fifth is Jamison Arovic. Arovic at first base, batting fifth. Hitting sixth is the catcher, Trace Anderson. Anderson is batting sixth and catching. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Carter Troutgruben. Carter Troutgruben is DHing and batting in the number 7 spot, and he'll be batting for Jackson Amdahl, the shortstop. Hitting eighth at third base, Isaac Porter. Porter is hitting eighth and at third, and batting ninth in center field, Calvin Otto. Otto's in center field and batting ninth. And the coach of the Park River Pirates is Brett Amdahl, assisted by Tom Magnuson and Brady Amdahl. Now here's the batting order for the home team on the scoreboard. Lisbon post 7, and Coach Bittner will have Camel Cordero leading off on the shortstop. Cordero batting first at short. Batting second and pitching, Jordan Bittner. Bittner is batting second and pitching. Hitting third is Blaze Reinke. Reinke hitting third in center field. In the cleanup spot is Jaden Howard. Howard is hitting in the cleanup spot and playing out in right field. Batting fifth at second base, Lincoln Adair. Adair is batting fifth at second base. Batting sixth in left field, Elliot Welter. Welter's in left field batting sixth. Batting seventh is the first baseman, Colton Johnson. Johnson's batting seventh at first. Hitting eighth and catching, Eli Lyons. Lyons is hitting eighth and catching and batting ninth. And doing the designated hitting is Camden Rondesved. Rondesved is batting ninth and DHing for the third baseman, Jacob Lyons. And that is the starting lineup for Coach Brad Bittner and Mark Welter of Lisbon post 7. So we are just about set. We'll get things going here in this third quarterfinal game of this tournament. Final game, of course, coming up here at approximately 7:30 as Valley City will be taking on Edgeley. Coming up, we'll have our first pitch as we're trying to get this game a little bit right at 5 o'clock or as close to it as possible. We've got the starting lineups announced. Coming up, this is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Welcome back to Charlie Brown Memorial Field. We're about set ready to get things underway here. Defensively for Lisbon around the infield. Jacob Lyons will be at third. Cam Cordero's at short. Lincoln Adair is at second. Colton Johnson is over at first. In the outfield, Elliot Welter's in left field. Blaze Reinke is in center. Jaden Howard is in right. Behind the plate is Eli Lyons. And towing the rubber will be Jordan Bittner here this afternoon for post 7. Our umpires today, Matt Brandvold will be on the bases, and Matt Fetch will be calling the balls and strikes here in this third quarterfinal game today. Park River in their black tops with the gold sleeves, white pants. The Park River Pirates, post 147. Leading off the top of the first for Park River, the second baseman, number 7, Tucker Omdahl. So Tucker Omdahl will step in to face Bittner to get things going here. Oh, I wanted to start at 5 o'clock. It's going to be 5:01. And the pitch is a strike, 0-1. First pitch at 5:01, game time temperature 71 degrees. No balls, 1 strike on Tucker Omdahl. And Bittner, the right-hander, delivers. There's a foul straight back. And the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 71 beautiful degrees here. Sunshine in Valley City. Wind about 7 miles per hour. Coming in out of the south. So coming in from the outfield. Pitch is high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But not much of a factor here today. Gusts up to 10. It's blowing a little bit stronger in the second game today. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a chop foul at the plate. Brett Omdahl over at third, the head coach of the Pirates. A ball and 2 strikes on Tucker Omdahl, Jake Solsing, and Noah Troftgruben. The bat here against Bittner in the first. The pitch. There's a pop-up, short right side on the skin part of the infield. First baseman gives way, makes the play. Colton Johnson for out number 1. The pitcher, number 12, Jake Solsing. Now Jake Solsing. Solsing, a junior, coming off his junior year. And there's a ground ball out towards second. Lincoln Adair boots, doesn't panic, picks it up, throws to first, gets the out. 4-3 on the putout, 2 away. That'll bring up Noah Troftgruben. Left fielder number 11, Noah Troftgruben. Troftgruben finishing up his sophomore year. He'll be graduating in 2027. Again, Park River taking third of the state Class B tournament. Defeated Northern Cass 10-1 in the third place game. There's a swing and a miss, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Troftgruben. Out of Region 4, up there with Grafton. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And the swing and a foul, back and over the press box, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, if this is your first visit to Charlie Brown, 330 down the lines, 385 to the power alleys, 370 to straightaway center field. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Missed wide, bounces, and then bounced off the catcher Lyons. The count, a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 on Troftgruben. Kieran Sullivan waiting on deck. And Bittner ready to work. Wheels and deals 1-2. Over below, and the count now even up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the right-hand hitting Troftgruben. Straightaway stance. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Just got enough of it. And the count rides at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Final game of the day, scheduled for 7:30, Valley City and Edgeley. And then 4 games tomorrow and Sunday. Dare I say, weather permitting. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up, foul territory. That is going to twist and go out of play here off to the right. So the count continues at 2-2 on Troftgruben. Noah, right-handed batter. Sports number 11 in the back of his black jersey. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High, and the count runs full now, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Bittner ready to work. Delivering 3-2. Spikes that one, so ball 4. Good at-bat there for Drofgruben. So he's on at first, brings up the right fielder, Kieran Sullivan. The right fielder, number 31, Kieran Sullivan. Sullivan wrapping up his junior year at Park River. Runner off first, and the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And Bittner delivers a fastball, misses wide and a little bit low, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, 1 on. We're in the top of the first, just getting started. Park River and Lisbon, game 3 of day 1 here at the Midsummer Classic. And a toss to first, and on the back end is Drofgruben. Bright sunshine as we've had pretty much all day today. I think we had a little bit of time with the clouds hid the sun, but for the most part, lots of sunshine here in Valley City on this Friday. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Low and away, 2-1. And talking a lot of rain out. It's up tomorrow is the Soapbox Derby. 29th annual Cheyenne Valley Soapbox Derby tomorrow in Valley City. Don't want to have that rained out. I think they've only been rained out once. I think Scott Miller told me that, and that jinxed it right there. There's a swing and a miss, 2-2. COVID didn't even stop it because we were outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, 1 on. Here in the top of the first. And Bittner delivers way upstairs and over the head of Sullivan. Jamison Arabic waiting on deck. If Sullivan can extend things here in the top of the first inning. Another full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Drofgruben will be off with 2 out. And the pitch. And low and away, ball 4. So back-to-back walks by Bittner. Puts runners at first and second. And brings up Jamison Arabic. The first baseman, number 22, Jamison Arabic. Arabic, a senior this past year, graduated from Park River. We'll have runners at first and second. RBI situation here for the number 5 hitter. Takes it low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Arabic. And that is going to bring Bittner out to have a chat with his right-hander. Just a coach and pitcher, no infielders. The quiet conversation on the mound. No score in the top of the first inning. 21 pitches already for Jordan here in the first. He, after a pop out and a ground out, has walked Drofgruben and walked Sullivan. And now 1 ball, no strikes to Arabic. And the pitch. Swings. Pops it up, foul territory, right side. Over is Johnson in front of his own dugout, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. For Park River, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 2, half inning. Park River nothing, and Lisbon coming up. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment here for Park River. Isaac Porter will be over at third base. Jackson Omdahl is at short. Tucker Omdahl at second. Jameson Arovic is at first. In the outfield, Noah Trofgruben in left field. Calvin Otto is in center. Kieran Sullivan in right. Behind the plate, Trace Anderson and the lefty, Jake Solsing. We'll be chucking and ducking here in this one for Park River. As we head to the home half of the first inning, Cam Cordero, Jordan Bittner, and Blaze Reinke will face the lefty. After a top of the first, where Bittner did walk a couple of batters, but got out of it without any damage.
Leading off the bottom of the first for Lisbon, the shortstop, number 2, Cam Cordero.
Now Cam Cordero will step in and lead it off here for post 7. And the lefty ready to work. Here's the pitch by Solsing. Outside corner, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield playing medium deep. Center fielder Otto slightly over, and it's a ground ball right up the middle, right where he was playing, but into center field for a base hit by Cordero. And that'll bring up Jordan Bittner.
The pitcher, number 1, Jordan Bittner.
Now Jordan Bittner, right-hander, will step in. With Cordero on at first base as we're in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Inside and low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And we've had, now I started it. I better finish my thought, but I'm going to jinx us. We've had 2 quick games so far, hour and a half and an hour 4 minutes. 1-0 pitch, ground ball to third. Glove there by Porter. Throw to second, out, relay to first, double play. Around the horn, 5-4-3, double play. And that takes care of Cordero and Bittner. And it'll bring up Blaze Reinke.
The center fielder, number 5, Blaze Reinke.
Reinke, one of only 3 18-year-olds on this Lisbon squad. Of course, just had high school baseball for the first time. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Started baseball and softball this past year at Lisbon at the high school level. State champs in Legion last year. 2 balls and no strikes on Reinke in the pitch. That's over but low. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Jaden Howard waiting on deck. Yeah, Brian King can extend things, and he will with ball 4. 4-pitch walk. That'll bring up Jaden Howard.
The right fielder, number 7, Jaden Howard.
So 2 outs, 1 the runner at first. We're in the bottom half of the first. Solsing delivers, and Howard swings and fouls it off to the right. No balls, 1 strike. And 4 games tomorrow, beginning at 10 a.m. will be the consolation round with Jamestown and Oaks. 3 o'clock game in the semifinals, Hillsborough Central Valley against Grafton. The 0-1 pitch. Miss in the inside corner for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on the right fielder, Jaden Howard. The lefty Solsing checks the runner at first. Runner goes. The pitch is inside for a ball. The throw down to second is not going to be in time and squirts away from the second baseman. But right there backing up is the shortstop Omdahl. So the stolen base for Reinke. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Howard. Straightaway stance for Howard from the right side. Solsing delivers. Swing and a miss. Ball got away and popped out of the mitt of the catcher, Anderson. And it's now 1-2. Foul tip, actually. It popped out of his mitt. So he stayed alive, getting just enough of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, kind of with that slider, and that is strikeout number 1 for Solsing, and retires the side. In the inning, Lisbon, no runs, a hit, no errors, leave 2. At the end of 1, no score, Park River and Lisbon. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube.
In the bottom of the first for Lisbon, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base.
The 6, 7, and 8 batters coming up here for Park River against Jordan Bittner in the top half of the second inning. No score between Park River and Lisbon.
Leading off the top of the second for Park River, the catcher, number 4, Trace Anderson.
Well, Trace Anderson and Troff Grubin and Porter will face Bittner. Right-hander, 2 walks back-to-back after 2 were out in the first. There's a pop-up right up and over the press box. 0-1 the count on Anderson. Bittner 22 pitches to get out of that first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on line drive, base hit left field by Anderson. So the first hit for the Pirates. He's on at first. It'll bring up Carter Troff Grubin.
The designated hitter, number 6, Carter Troff Grubin. Attention now running at first, number 27, Torrin Beneda.
Courtesy runner, Torrin Beneda, down at first base now. And Troff Grubin at the plate with a runner at first. Troff Grubin DHing for Jackson Omdahl. There's a pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Troff Grubin hit in the number 7 spot for Coach Brett Omdahl. And the pitch on the way. High, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes on the right-handed hitting designated hitter. Bittner, ball behind his back as he looks in for the side. And it comes in 2-0. On the outside corner, 2-1. The winner of this game will play winner of this game will play the winner of our second game tonight, 5:30 tomorrow afternoon. In the other semifinals, Constellation semifinal at 12:30. Throw to first, runner back in. Again, weather permitting, they are talking some showers tomorrow. I'm not, they are. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing. There's a liner into center field. That's going to drop in front of the center fielder, Reinke, for the base hit. So a good start here for Park River. Back-to-back singles. Runners at first and second for Isaac Porter.
The third baseman, number 9, Isaac Porter.
Isaac Porter will bat with the 2 runners on here. And nobody out. We're in the top half of the second inning. Bittner delivers. He shows bunt and takes the strike at the knees. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And Bittner working here, 0-1. Another bunt out in front of home plate. Grabbed by Bittner. He'll go the only way. He'll go to second for the out, for first for the out, covered by Adair, the second baseman. 1-4 in the sacrifice. One away. Runners move up to second and third. It'll bring up Calvin Otto.
The center fielder, number 13, Calvin Otto.
Otto, along with Carter Troft-Grubin, two that graduated last year for Park River. They had a year left of eligibility at Legion Baseball. Straightaway stance for the tall right-hander. Infield up all the way around here for Lisbon. There's a strike call. Under high, outside half, 0-1. No balls and one strike on Calvin Otto. And now time called. Infield up again all the way around here. Outfield playing medium depth straight away. The 0-1 pitch. Otto takes a strike, hits the outside corner, and they count no balls and two strikes. Bittner working quickly, ahead in the count 0-2, and delivers wide, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the right-hander hitting Calvin Otto. Set by Bittner. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball right side into right field, and the drawn in infield, and the base hit. 1 run is in, and that's all they're going to get. Holding down at third base is Troft-Grubin. So an RBI single by Otto. And we head to the top of the order, and Tucker Omdahl.
The second baseman, number 7, Tucker Omdahl.
So 3 hits in the inning now for Park River. They lead it 1-0. And infield now back at double play depth with runners at the corners. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball. Popped out of the mitt. The catcher, Lyons, on the stolen base for Otto. 2 runners now in scoring position and a 1 ball, no strike count. Twins entertaining Toronto tonight, starting a 3-game weekend set. They say no, he did not go, as they ask the base umpire, Matt Brandwold. So now runners at second and third, infield back up all the way around. Here's a pop-up, and that is going to go out of play. Off to the right, and they count 1 ball, 1 strike. All eyes will be on the Bronx tonight. Yankees, Red Sox. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball high, 2-1. At one time, Red Sox were in second place in the East. Not so much anymore. And the pitch on the way, and Omdahl takes it at the knees for a strike. I think either A, he didn't like to call it, B, it's like, that was my pitch. 2-2 the count here on Tucker. Runners off second and third. 1 away, and the pitch. Chopper off the plate. Grabbed by Adair, the second baseman. Behind the mound, comes home. The ball is going to go off the Lyons, and it's right around home plate. He doesn't know where it was. Now comes back behind home plate, and there's the throw back to third, and he sneaking back in safely is Otto. That was a high chop. Adair came home. Omdahl makes it to second, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Jake Solsing.
That's pitcher number 12, Jake Solsing.
Here's a high popped on the right field line in foul territory, and that'll be out of play out of the reach of Johnson. Omdahl will pick up an RBI. So it's now 2-0 with runners at second and third as Omdahl is able to get to second. And the pitch. Low for a ball. And probably give an error on Adair on the throw that allowed Omdahl to get to second. And probably be a fielder's choice. Allowed him to reach. And the pitch. on the outside corner, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the right-handed hitting Jake Solsing. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, pulled the string on him. And Solsing goes down swinging. That is out number 2. Strikeout number 1. And we got a pitching visit from the mound here with runners at second and third. Noah Tropgruben to the plate. And that's going to be the end of the line for Jordan Bittner. So Adair is going to come in and pitch. So it looks like second base and short and pitcher are going to flip around as Bittner is going to head towards short. So we will have a pitching change. We'll tell you about it when we return, as Lincoln Adair is going to come in and pitch now for Lisbon. 2-0, your score. Runners at second and third. Back with more American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. So a little triangle rotation for Lisbon. Bittner goes from pitcher to short. Shortstop Cordero goes over to second. Second baseman Adair now coming into pitch, and he will face Noah Tropgruben with runners at second and third. And a pitch low for a ball.
Left field number 11, Noah Tropgruben.
So 2 outs with runners at second and third, 2 runs across. Tropgruben walked his first time up, and Adair delivers. Fastball low and away for a ball, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. So back-to-back singles to start the inning, then a sacrifice. Single by Otto. Fielder's choice. There's a ground ball. Base hit left field by Tropgruben. 1 run in around third base. They are sending Amdahl. The ball gets away. He will score. Down to second goes Tropgruben. Now he's going to try to get to third. Here comes the throw, and that is not going to be in time. So it will be a 2-run single by Tropgruben, and then he will get to third, and ostensibly with the air on the throw. He would have gone to second on the throw originally, but then moves to third on the air. So now 2 runs come across, and Lisbon now leads it 4-0. Now Sullivan pops one up, short center field. Coming in is the center fielder Reinke. He makes the running catch, and that will retire the side. But the Pirates will plate 4 runs in the inning, and they do it with 4 base hits. There was a couple of errors, and they leave 1 runner left on base. Inning and a half. Your score now reads Park River 4 and Lisbon nothing. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Well, the left-hander Solsing now staked to a 4-run lead as we go to the bottom of the second inning. As they lead it 4-0 and a couple of errors in the inning. And Lincoln Adair will lead things off here for Lisbon in the bottom of the second.
Leading off the bottom of the second for Lisbon, the pitcher, number 11, Lincoln Adair.
So Adair to the plate. And he will lead things off here for post 7 in the bottom of the second inning. Lincoln's dad, Pat, the athletic director at Lisbon. And the pitch to him, low for a ball. The three that made that rotation, Cordero, Bittner, and Adair, 3 good ones on the basketball court. Adair had a good track season, too. Here's a ground ball wrapped out towards short. Picked up there by Amdahl. The throw across in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout, 1 away. That'll bring up Elliot Welter.
The left fielder, number 16, Elliot Welter.
So 1 up and 1 down. As Adair grounds to short. Now Welter to the plate. Straightaway stance, slightly open off of the right-hander. And the pitch on the way by Solsing. Belt high strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Welter. Well, Colton Johnson on deck for Lisbon. Now pitch misses down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off on the third base side of the pitching rubber is the lefty Solsing, delivering 1-1. That one down and away and rolls away from home plate area. 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, between Brett Amdahl and TJ Hansen for Valley City, the beard contest would be an interesting one. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. I don't know if Amdahl can get Christmas lights in his like TJ can. 2-2 the count on Welter. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away, goes to the backstop. So Welter is going to reach. So that will be a strikeout wild pitch on a drop third strike. Second strikeout for Solsing. And to bring up Colton Johnson.
The first baseman, number 15, Colton Johnson.
So Welter now reaches. They did get a couple of base runners in the first inning, but one was erased on a double play. And there's a swing and a miss by Johnson, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. On the right hand hitting Colton Johnson. And the pitch. He swings and skies one to right field and shallow, but coming in right field is Sullivan. He'll make the catch. That is out number 2. That'll bring up Eli Lyons.
The catcher, number 14, Eli Lyons.
Well, 2 out now, runner at first. Lyons hitting in the number 8 spot. And the lefty delivers. Inside corner at the knees, strike 1, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Lyons. Solsing delivers. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. In the fence here, Charlie Brown, about a 6-footer, 6 foot high from the left field corner, the left center, and right center to right field corner. 1-1 pitch. Chopper off the plate, right side, and grab. Nope, that's going to be everybody safe. As Solsing was going to try to do a quick grab and flip. Infield hit there for Lyons, so runners now at first and second. And it'll bring up the designated hitter, Camden Rondesved.
The designated hitter, number 13, Camden Rondesved.
Rondesved batting for the third baseman, Jacob Lyons. So 2 on, 2 out here in the second for Lisbon. And there's a ball high strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Solsing, the left-hander, sets and delivers. And the strike of the knees inside half the plate. And the count 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way. Rosped lines one foul down by the bullpen on the right field line. And the count stays at 0-2. Rosped hitting 9th. And Cam Cordero waiting on deck just in case. 2 out, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the second. 4-0. Park River in the pitch. There's a line drive. Base hit, right field. To third base is Welter. Around third. Now they're going to throw up the stop sign as the throw comes through. And that's going to load him up for Cam Cordero. So the line singled her right there by Rondesped. And it's Cordero's chance to bring in some runs.
The second baseman, number 2, Cam Cordero.
Cordero singled to center field his first time up and was erased on a 5-4-3 double play off of bat of Bittner. Now a chance here with his team trailing 4-0. With runners at every base and 2 out. Chop foul down the third base line. Brad Bittner coaching at third. Welter coaching over at first. Mark Welter. No ball, 1 strikes on Cordero. And the pitch. That one goes right through the legs of the catcher. Heads to the backstop. Coming across to score will be Welter to make it a 4-1 game. Down to third base goes Lyons. Rondesped goes to second. So the wild pitch brings in a run, makes it 4-1. And now Cordero, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the kick on the pitch by the lefty Solsing. A little bit high, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners off second and third. Here is the 2-1 delivery. And that one misses inside. Ball 3, 3-1. First base open. And Jordan Bittner waiting on deck here for Lisbon. Hoping to get a chance in the bottom of the second. 3-1 pitch. And that one misses high. Ball 4, so Cordero draws the walk. That is the second walk issued by Solsing. It'll bring up Jordan Bittner.
The shortstop, number 1, Jordan Bittner.
Bittner again hit into that 5-4-3, rallying, killing double play back in the first. All bat here with runners at every base. And the pitch. He swings and lines one into right center field. That's slicing away. It's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run in. Rondesped around third. He's going to score. Down to third goes Cordero. And it's now 4-3 on the 2-run single by Jordan Bittner. Hit that slicer into right center field. And that'll bring up Blaze Reinke.
The center fielder, number 5, Blaze Reinke.
Reinke walked back in the first. And the lefty Solsing delivers. There's a chop left side. Third base, Porter has it, throws across, and in time for the out. 5-3 on the putout, and that will retire the side. But Lisbon will come up. They get 3 runs on 3 base hits. There were no errors, and they leave a couple of runners on. We are through 2 innings. Your score now reads Park River 4, Lisbon 3. This is American Legion Baseball, live on YouTube. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters coming up here for Park River. Their lead now down to 4-3 as we head to the top half of the third inning.
Leading off the top of the third for Park River, the first base number 22, Jamison Arovic.
So Jamison Arovic will step to the plate. He popped out to the first baseman Johnson his first time up. Now Adair in his first full inning of relief work delivers inside, ball one. No balls, one strike, or one ball, no strike, pardon me, on Arovic. And the pitch high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Arovic. And the pitch high, ball 3, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Park River coming in 2-0 on the season. And that misses ball 4, so Arovic draws the walk. First walk issued by Adair. And it'll bring up Trace Anderson.
The catcher, number 4, Trace Anderson.
So the line on Bittner, he went inning and 2/3, allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, walked 2, struck out 1. And that pitch misses high for a ball at 43 pitches. Now Arovic on at first for Anderson. He singled and scored back in the second inning. Takes that one high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And that's going to bring Coach Bittner out of the third base dugout and first base dugout and have a chat with Adair. 2-0 the count. On the right-handed hitting Trace Anderson. Two balls and no strikes. And Adair delivers on the inside corner for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Anderson with Carter Tropfgruben waiting on deck. Here in the top of the third and the pitch. Swinging a liner foul off to the right. The count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Anderson. Arovic the runner at first, nobody out, top of the third, 4-3 Park River. And Adair delivers 2-2. Swing and a miss. Anderson goes down swinging. First strikeout for Adair, 1 away. That'll bring up Carter Tropfgruben.
The designated hitter, number 6, Carter Tropfgruben.
One out, runner at first. And now Tropfgruben, he's singled to center his last time up. Here's a grounder to second. Cordero has it. To second, out 1, number 2, and he got the double play. The throw by Bittner was high. Nice job over at first base by Johnson to come down with it and get the tag and get the out to end this third inning on a 4-6-3 double play. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the third. It is Park River 4 and Lisbon 3. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. As we head to the home half of the third inning, the middle part of the order coming up here for Lisbon, Howard, Adair, and Welter against the lefty Jake Solsing. 4-3, Park River leading. All four of their runs in the top of the second. All three for Lisbon came in the bottom of the second.
Leading off the bottom of the third for Lisbon, the right fielder, number 7, Jaden Howard.
Howard struck out looking his first time up. That is the only strikeout for Solsing, or he actually had two, forgot. He did get Welter, but Welter reached on a wild pitch. And the lefty delivers. There's a liner into right center, but right there, and it's right at center fielder Otto for the out. For out number 1, he played him perfectly. Moved a little bit, out number 1.
The pitcher, number 11, Lincoln Adair.
Now Adair steps in. He grounded to short his first time up. Well, center fielder Otto is playing way over into right center field. A huge gap from center field all the way over. That pitch misses low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Adair. And the lefty delivers wide, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Solsing, the lefty, kicks and delivers 2-0. And misses low and inside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Solsing working quickly here, delivering 3-0. That is high, ball 4. So Adair with the walk. Third walk issued by Solsing. And I'll bring up Elliot Welter.
The left fielder, number 16, Elliot Welter.
Welter at the plate now with runner at first base, 1 out. Again, 3 walks by Solsing, throw to first, and diving back in as Adair. Welter struck out swinging in the second, but the ball got away, and he was able to reach on a wild pitch, and then came in to score on a wild pitch. The lefty comes to the set, and he delivers. Swing and a miss, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Welter. Colton Johnson on deck, buying a double play here in the bottom of the third. 4-3, advantage Park River. The pitch. Misses down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Getting one more game here on day 1 of the tournament. At 7:30 scheduled time with Valley City and Edgeley. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball, strike on the inside half of the plate, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Welter. Adair takes his lead off of first. And the pitch. Swinging a foul off to the right. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Straightaway stance here by Welter. Bends at the knees. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is strikeout number 3 and out number 2. That'll bring up Colton Johnson.
The first baseman, number 15, Colton Johnson.
Johnson flew out to right field his last time up. With 2 outs and runner at first. And Solsing now sitting at 46 pitches. And the left-hander delivers. High, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Colton Johnson. With Eli Lyons waiting on deck. Throw to first. Back in as Adair. 4 more games tomorrow. 4 on Sunday. Weather permitting. Last year, a year or 2 years ago, we had to cut this tournament short because of weather. The throw to first was a little bit off the base. 1 ball, no strikes to count here on Johnson. Instead of getting the 3 games in, they only got 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings in high, fly ball left field. Drops Grubin, has a beat on it, makes the shoulder high catch, and that will retire the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We are through 3. It's Park River 4, Lisbon 3. It's American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Eight, 9, 1 hitters coming up here for Park River in the top half of the fourth inning. They lead this one by a score of 4-3. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Park River. 3-4-2 for Lisbon. Lincoln Adair in his second inning of relief work. Bittner went the first inning and 2/3 and allowed all 4 runs. All earned, walked 2, struck out 1, gave up 3 hits. Adair's given up 1 hit, has 1 walk and a strikeout in his inning and a third of work. That walk and strikeout both came last inning. But then they got a 4-6-3 double play to end the third.
Leading off the top of the fourth for Park River, the third baseman, number 9, Isaac Porter.
It'll be Porter, Otto, then the top of the order with Amdahl. Porter had a sacrifice bunt his first time up and takes a pitch inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Porter. Adair into the wind, the kick and the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both bullpens quiet right now. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Adair delivers, a little fister out towards short, and Bittner goes up and makes the play on that little flare out towards short. That is out number 1. That'll bring up Calvin Otto.
The center fielder, number 13, Calvin Otto.
Otto with an RBI single and scored a run in the second. Also had a stolen base. So 1 out, and the pitch. Otto takes it outside for a ball. They ask, and base umpire Matt Brownfold said yes, he went around, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Otto, and the pitch. That one goes low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the right hand hitting Calvin Otto, graduated last year from Park River, 1-1 pitch. And takes that one outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Popped out of the mitt and the catcher Lyons. 2 balls and 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting, Calvin Otto airs the pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the right-hander delivers a grounder foul. So the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch, another fister foul. So the count even up here, 2-2 on Otto. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Park River batting in the top of the fourth inning. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Otto goes down on strikes. Second strikeout for Adair. 2 away. We head to the top of the order, and Tucker Amdahl.
The second baseman, number 7, Tucker Amdahl.
Amdahl has popped out, reached on a fielder's choice and scored. And he had an RBI on that fielder's choice. Was a high chop over the mound. Adair's only play was to try to come home and get the runner, and did not. And then the ball got away from the catcher, then allowed everybody to move up, including Omdahl. And he spikes that one on the first pitch. Tom Dahl, 1 ball, no strikes. Adair into the wine and the pitch. And that one misses. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Nobody on, 2 out here in the top of the 4th inning. And the fastball high, 3-0. Adair has not had a 1-2-3 inning, though he did only face 3 batters in the 3rd, thanks to a double play. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. There's the strike at the knees, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike on the right-handed hitting second baseman, Tucker Omdahl. And the 3-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. So the count now runs full on Omdahl. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High, ball 4. That will be walk number 2 issued by Adair. And it brings up Jake Solsing.
The pitcher, number 12, Jake Solsing.
Solsing is grounded out and struck out. Runner first with 2 away. And Adair delivers. Solsing pops it up. Foul territory, first base side. And on the roof of the first base dugout, occupied by Lisbon. 0-1 on Solsing. No balls and 1 strike. Noah Troftgruben waiting on deck. Park River batting here in the top of the 4th. 2 out, 1 on. They lead 4-3. Adair, throw over to first. Runner back in. No balls and 1 strike to count here on the Park River pitcher. Adair bends at the waist and delivers. Here's a chop off the plate left side. Charging, gloving, third base. Lions throw, not in time. Runner to third, throw back the other way, and he will make it. So Solsing with the hustle single. Down to third base goes Omdahl, and it'll bring up Noah Troftgruben.
The left fielder, number 11, Noah Troftgruben.
That was just a flat beat out by Solsing. That'll be hit number 5 for Park River. So now runners at the corners with 2 out. And the pitch. Pop up. Right field. Howard in. And Jane Howard makes the catch, and that will retire the side. But for Park River, no runs, 1 hit. No errors, they leave 2. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Park River 4 and Lisbon 3. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Eli Lions will lead things off here for Lisbon as they bat in the bottom half of the 4th inning, trailing 4-3. They've been out hit 5-4. Solsing has gone all the way here for Park River. And Lions will lead things off.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for Lisbon, the catcher, number 14, Eli Lyons.
So Lyons will step in and lead things off. He's got a single and a run scored. And Solsing delivers a strike, 0-1. Lisbon got all three of their runs in the second inning. Here's a shot fouled on the right field line, and the count is 0-2. And they all came with 2 out. Lyons singled, Rondesved singled. A walk to Cordero, a 2-run single by Bittner, and there's strike 3. The Lyons goes down. That is strikeout number 4 for Solsing, 1 away. And to bring up the designated hitter, Camden Rondesved.
The designated hitter, number 13, Camden Rondesved.
Rondesved singled again last time up, and then he came across to score on that double by Bittner, or single by Bittner. And the pitch in for a strike. Welter reached via the wild pitch. That's how he got on. Reached on a wild pitch and scored on a wild pitch. No balls and 1 strike, and the pitch is high for a ball. The count, 1 ball and 1 strike on Camden Rondesved, DHing for Jacob Lyons. Solsing delivers, swinging another foul down the right field line. The count continues at a ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Park River leading at 4-3. And the pitch. Swinging a chop off the plate. Grabbed by Solsing, the pitcher. Runs halfway to first. Then the flip over in time. 1-3 on the putout. 2 away. And we go to the top of the order and Cam Cordero.
The second baseman, number 2, Cam Cordero.
Cordero is singled and walked. And then was erased on a double play in the first inning. Solsing delivers, ground ball foul down the third base line. Coach Bittner does an olay because he wanted to keep at least 2 of his fingers. No balls and 1 strike on the second baseman, Cam Cordero. And the pitch. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second game of the evening and final game of the day, scheduled for a 7:30 first pitch, Valley City and Edgeley. And then the tournament continues tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Jamestown and Oaks. The loser of this game will play the loser of our last game at 12:30, Hillsborough Central Valley and Grafton at 3 o'clock. And the other semifinal at 5:30 tomorrow. There's a slow curve in for strike 3. Cordero caught looking. That's number 5 for Solsing, and that will retire the side. Nothing across. 3 up and 3 down. The first 1-2-3 inning for Jake Solsing. 4 complete. It's Park River 4, Lisbon 3. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. As we head to the top half of the 5th inning, middle part of the order coming up here for Park River. Sullivan, Erisvik, and Anderson against Lincoln Adair. Done a nice job. 2 shutout innings. Actually, about 2 1/3 shutout innings of relief. Has given up 1 hit, couple of walks, couple of strikeouts in relief of Jordan Bittner.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Park River, the right field number 31, Kieran Sullivan.
Kieran Sullivan has walked and fly to center. He will lead things off here in the top of the 5th. He goes after the first pitch, lines it to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Hit number 6 for Park River. Sullivan picking up his first. And it brings up Jamison Aravic.
The first baseman, number 22, Jamison Aravic.
Aravic has popped out and walked. Each team with a double play. He was a race on a 4-6-3 double play back in the third. Adair delivers. Swing and a miss, nothing in one. No balls, one strike. So we get brunch at the ballpark tomorrow. Because if fruit's involved, it's a brunch. No balls and one strike. And the pitch. Swung on line drive into center field, a base hit. And that was right on the line, right over the head of Adair. Moving to second base is Sullivan. Runners at first and second, nobody out. That'll bring up Trace Anderson.
The catcher, number 4, Trace Anderson.
Anderson is singled and struck out. Also scored a run. Well, at least the courtesy runner, Beneda scored in his behalf. He's showing bunt. And he bunts it foul down the third base side. There's a high pitch. Best to let go, but he tried to get it down and bunted it foul. So the count, 0-1 on Trace Anderson. First baseman Johnson sneaking in. Third baseman's going to stay put. Adair's got to handle the third base line. There's a bunt on the first base side. Grabbed there by Johnson. Throws to first for the out. Adair covering. 3-4 on the sacrifice. Runners move up to second and third. That'll bring up Carter Troftgruben.
The designated hitter, number 6, Carter Troftgruben.
Troftgruben is singled and grounded out. Hit into that 4-6-3 double play. Scored a run in that 4-run second. And takes a strike, 0-1. Troftgruben, along with Calvin Otto, the two seniors that graduated last year, 2024, for Park River. And that one misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield up all the way around here for Lisbon. And Adair delivers 1-1. Chop off the plate, right side. Cordero, the second baseman, has it. Looks the runners back, throws to first for the out. 4-3 on the put out number 2. Everybody stays put. That'll bring up Isaac Porter.
The third baseman, number 9, Isaac Porter.
Porter had a sacrifice bunt and popped out. 2 outs, 2 on here in the 5th. Park River clinging to that 4-3 lead. All 7 runs scored in the second inning. And Adair delivers. Strike called. Check swing, but cross belt high, and the count 0-1 on Porter. No balls, 1 strike. And Adair fires a fastball high, 1-2. With 2 out, infield back at normal depth. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the delivery. High, ball 2, 2-1. Yeah, Porter would follow Calvin Otto. Or Porter would reach, Calvin Otto would follow. 2 balls, 1 strike in the pitch. Fastball up and in, ball 3, 3-1. And both bullpens quiet as we are here in the top of the 5th inning. Park River leading at 4-3. The 3-1 pitch. High, ball 4. So Porter. That is walk number 3 by Adair. That loads him up for Calvin Otto.
Center fielder, number 13, Calvin Otto.
Otto singled and scored in the second, struck out swinging in the 4th. That was against Adair. And he swings at this pitch, fires it fouled on the right field line down by the bullpen. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Oh, 0-1 on the Calvin Otto. And he takes a fastball high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sullivan at third. Arabic is at second. Porter is at first. And the 1-1 pitch to Otto. Strike call. Check swing. Couldn't pull the trigger. And hit in the knees on the inside half. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Otto. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls another one off to the right. So the count continues at a ball and 2 strikes. On the right-handed hitting center fielder, Calvin Otto. Here comes the 1-2 pitch on the way. Check swing low, and they're going to ask, and base umpire Matt Brandvold, of course, now is behind the pitcher's mound, said no, he did not go. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, bases loaded. Here in the top of the 5th, and the pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Just got enough of it to foul it back. And the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Otto. 2 hits in the inning, a walk, also a sacrifice bunt. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Check swing to the backstop. And the count continues at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And time called as one of the Lisbon Broncos went to get that foul ball, and so they're waiting for him to get back in the dugout. Two the count. Here's the pitch. Chop off the plate. Out in front of the mound. Grabbed there by Adair. The throw to first. And the ball, I think it might have hit the runner and gets away down the right field line. 1 run is in. Here comes Arabic. He's going to score. Down to third base goes Porter. I think that was a run off the glove and the runner, and the glove collided and kind of bent the hand of Johnson, the first baseman. So 2 runs come across. Park River now leads at 6-3. Arabic will get to third, or Porter gets to third. As that throw was on the inside part, and of course now the umpire is discussing if maybe he possibly was in the running lane. But the glove was, Johnson had to reach across to get the throw. And now a discussion with home plate umpire Matt Petch and Coach Bittner on all of that. So you have runners at the corners. Probably an error on the throw by Adair, as it hit the runner, and the runner and the glove kind of got there about the same time and bent the hand of Johnson, and the ball comes rolling out. And that'll bring up Tucker Omdahl with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Adair delivers, runner goes, the pitch is low for a ball, throw down to second base is not going to be in time. So the stolen base there by Otto. That's 1 ball, no strikes.
Second baseman number 7, Tucker Omdahl.
1-0 the count here on Omdahl on the pitch. He swings, hits a ground ball up the middle, into center field, a base hit. That's going to bring Porter home. Otto around third. He's going to come in. The throw to the plate, not going to be in time. Gets away. Down to second base goes Omdahl with a 2-run single. And that now makes it 8-3 for Park River. And it brings up Jake Solsing.
The pitcher, number 12, Jake Solsing.
Omdahl goes to second on the throw. Hit number 3 of the inning. Number 8 in the game for Park River. Solsing, 1 for 2. Ground out, strikeout, single. Here's a ground ball left side. Another base hit to left field. Omdahl around third. They'll put up the stop sign as the throw comes all the way through. So a big 2-out rally here by Park River. Then I'll bring up Noah Tropgruben.
The left fielder, number 11, Noah Tropgruben.
Omdahl at second. Solsing the runner at first. Or third base, pardon me. Is Omdahl and Solsing at first. Tropgruben, 1 for 2. Our 2-run single back in the second inning. Getting back-to-back singles by Sullivan and Arabic started the inning. A sacrifice bunt and a ground out. And runners at second and third and 2 outs. And then the floodgates open. Pitch by Adair. Runner goes. Ground ball to third. Glove there by Lyons, and the throw across in time for the out. 5-3 on the putout, and that'll retire the side. But 4 runs across here for the Pirates. 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 base hits. There was one error on the play, and they did leave 2 runners on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's Park River 8 and Lisbon 3. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. So Jordan Bittner will lead things off here for the Lisbon Post 7. 8-3 advantage to Park River. Bittner has grounded into a double play and had a 2-run single in the second. And Solsing delivers down and in, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Lisbon got all 3 of their runs with 2 out in the second. A lot of 2-out runs scored in this game. Here's a chop and bobbled and dropped. Oh, boy. Brad's not going to hear the end of it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bittner. Solsing now at 61 pitches. Wheels and deals, 1-1. There's a fly ball to short center. Otto drifts in, and he makes the catch. 1 away, and to bring up Blaze Reinke.
The center fielder, number 5, Blaze Reinke.
He is walked, grounded to third. 0 for 1. Eight-3 advantage here for Park River. They have out-hit Lisbon 9-4. Lisbon has the 3 errors so far. There's a strike call, knee high, inside half, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Reinke. And the pitch. There's a foul to the backstop. And the count 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Solsing into the wide, and the lefty delivers. Down and in, ball 1, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Blaze Reinke. Right-handed batter, straightaway stance. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at the plate. Ball gets away, and the throw down to first base is way offline. So Reinke will strike out, strikeout for Solsing. He'll reach on the wild pitch. So he is now at first base for Jaden Howard.
Right fielder, number 7, Jaden Howard.
Howard is struck out looking and fly to center. And well bat here, hitting in the cleanup spot for Lisbon. Reinke with his lead off first, and the pitch. Swing and a missed fastball there. Howard couldn't catch up with it. 0-1. Talking about Blaze Reinke, he was being looked at by some schools baseball-wise, but of course Lisbon didn't have spring ball. So really wasn't recruited outside of maybe a look-see during the summer. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2, going to school up in UND, but not playing club ball. Of course, UND dropped their varsity baseball program a handful of years ago. No balls and 2 strikes. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to second base is not going to be in time. Nice effort, though, by the second baseman, Amdahl, flying through, making the catch, and trying to get a slap tag on. So a stolen base for Reinke, his second of the game. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Howard. And he pops one up, and that's going to get out of play back behind the third base dugout. So the count continues at a ball and 2 strikes on Jaden Howard. Lincoln Adair waiting on deck. Solsing, the left-hander, delivers 1-2. Another pop-up right up the elevator shaft in the infield, right in front of the mound. Solsing, the pitcher, comes off the mound and makes the catch. That is going to be out number 2, and it brings up Lincoln Adair.
The pitcher, number 11, Lincoln Adair.
Adair's grounded out, walked. Straightaway stance with the right-hander. Edgley making their appearance after getting the swings in the batting cage. Edgley and Valley City coming up here at approximately 7:30. There's a pitch in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Solsing will come to the set, delivers. There's a pop-up, and that's going to get out of play. Off to the right. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. That's some applause. There must have been a nice catch again by a fan over on the grassy knoll. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Strike call, 1-2. Thrown on to second base, runner back in. There's that line from the movie Rookie of the Year. No wonder the Cubs are bad. They have more talent in the stands than they do on the team. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sent by the lefty. And the pitch. Down and in. Blocked briefly there by Anderson, but keeps her on home plate. And keeps the runner Reinke at second. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, 8-3. Park River leading. Jake Solsing sets, delivers wide, and the count now runs full at 3-2. Solsing will be heading into his senior year next year at Park River. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Curveball, strike 3, comes across at letters. Strike on number 7 for Solsing, and that will retire the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. We head to the 6th. It's Park River 8, Lisbon 3. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Middle part of the order coming up here for Park River. Sullivan, Ersvik, and Anderson to face Lincoln Adair. They gave up those 4 runs last half inning. Prior to that, had been pitching pretty well in relief of Jordan Bittner. But all 4 of those runs that inning unearned, and his error what caused it.
Leading off the top of the 6th for Park River, the right fielder, number 31, Kieran Sullivan.
Sullivan now stepping in and 1 for 2. Singleton scored his last time up. He lines one into left field, and that's going to be over the head of the left fielder, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. Sullivan around first, on his way to second. He'll hit second and stop there with a leadoff stand-up double. Well, he put a charge into that one on the first pitch that he saw, doubled over the head of the left fielder Welter, and that'll bring up Jamison Aravik.
The first baseman, number 22, Jamison Aravik.
Aravik 1 for 2. Singleton scored in the 5th. Hit number 10 for Park River. And Adair delivers. Inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. That is also the first extra base hit out of their 10. 1-0 pitch. Adair delivers. Up and in, ball 2. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Jamison Aravik. Adair, ball in front of his chest, bends at the waist. Strike called on the outside corner. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on the right-handed hitting first baseman. Adair, long look at the runner at second and delivers. Up and in, ball 3, 3-1. Trace Anderson due up next. 3 balls, 1 strike on Aravik. And the pitch. A letter high strike, outside half. And the count now runs full at 3-2. Sullivan takes his lead off second. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip. And right to the backstop. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Aravik. Graduated this past year. And a 3-2 pitch. He swings and pops it up right side, foul territory. Over is Johnson, and it's going to be out of play. So the battle between Aravik and Adair continues. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sullivan, along with Solsing, the only Park River players that have multiple hits, each with 2. 3-2 pitch on the way, outside, ball 4, good at back for Aravik. So he will get the walk. Walk number 4 allowed for Adair. Runners at first and second for Trace Anderson.
The catcher, number 4, Trace Anderson. The attention now running at first base, number 27, Torin Beneda.
So Torin Beneda will run at first base for Aravik, and this is a pinch running appearance. And now Anderson at the plate. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI or a run scored. He had a single in that second. Sack bunt his last time up. Takes it high and ball 1. And Coach Bittner is going to come out of the first base dugout. And he is going to go out and chat with Lincoln Adair. 1 ball and no strikes on Anderson. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. We're in the top half of the 6th inning. Park River leading at 8-3. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. 10 o'clock, Jamestown and Oaks. 12:30, it will be the second consolation game. The loser of this game, the loser of the final game of the day. 3 o'clock, it'll be Grafton against Hillsboro's Central Valley. And then the winner of these last 2 games will play at 5:30 tomorrow. Swing and did it hit him, or I think it hit him, but he swung through it, so it's going to be a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he is getting some ribbing now from the dugout. 1-1 the count here on Anderson. Set by Adair. Runners lead off first and second. And the pitch. A curveball that stays high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sullivan off of second. Bennett off of first. Adair delivers. Strike called on the outside corner, and the count now even up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carter Troftgruben waiting on deck for Park River, batting here in the top of the 6th inning, leading 8-3. And a 2-2 pitch. Again, pop-up foul and out of play. And the count continues at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Anderson. Well, we asked for the flyover before the last game, not now. That was not well coordinated. 2-2 the count. And the right-hander sets, delivers. Ball in the dirt. That's going to go to the backstop, and that's going to move everybody up. Sullivan to third, and Bennett will go to second on the wild pitch. And it's now a full count, 3-2 on Anderson. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out, and Adair delivers. Outside, ball 4. So Anderson gets the walk. Walk number 5 issued by Adair. That loads him up for Carter Troftgruben, and that is going to be the end of the line for Lincoln Adair. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll step aside. We'll let you know who's coming in to throw now for Post 7. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. So the new pitcher is the right-hander Jacob Lyons. Lincoln Adair will move over to third. And it'll be Carter Troftgruben he'll face.
The designated hitter, number 6, Carter Troftgruben.
Kieran Sullivan is at third. Torrin Beneda is at second. And Trey Sanderson is at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. And Lyons delivers. Slings it up there and low and away. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike on Troftgruben. Infield up all the way around for Lisbon. And it hit him. So Troftgruben gets a painful RBI. And Sullivan comes in to score to make it 9-3. Beneda goes to third. Anderson to second.
The third baseman, number 9, Isaac Porter.
And now Isaac Porter to the plate. Infield again is still up here for Lisbon. Bases still loaded. There's a strike call, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Adair still responsible for the 2 runners in scoring position right now, and Beneda and Anderson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a pop foul, out of play, off to the right, heading up towards the parking lot. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 run across, 9-3. Advantage to Park River. He swings another one foul, and off to a right. So the count stays no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up right up the chute in the infield. Infield fly rule. Batter's out. And so if they drop it, doesn't matter. And coming all the way behind home plate is the pitcher making the play. That is out number 1. And that will bring up Calvin Otto.
The center fielder, number 13, Calvin Otto.
The base is loaded. His batter brought a run in. So the base is still loaded now. 1 out for Otto. And he'll take the pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Otto today is singled, struck out, reached on an error. Couple of stolen bases, couple of runs scored. And an RBI. Way outside, that's going to go to the backstop. Hustling is Beneda. The throw to the plate. Did they get him? Yes, they did. A little bit of a collision, but he is out. Good hustle there by the catcher Lions and the pitcher Lions combining on that one. 2-1 on the out. Second out of the inning. Anderson will go to third. Dropgoodman goes to second, so now first base is open. Off that wild pitch that allowed them to move up, but now there's 2 away. With 2 runners in scoring position, Otto heading the count, 2 balls and no strikes. And he'll take a strike at the belt, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Calvin Otto. He too graduated in 2024. Set by Lions, the pitch. High, ball 3. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Here in the 6th. 1 run across so far. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Otto goes down on strikes. First strikeout. That is out number 2. First strikeout for Lions. It'll bring up Tucker Amdahl. Well, that was out number 3. Pardon me. That was out number 3. In the inning, 1 run on 1 base hit. There were no errors, and they leave the bases full. At the end of 5.5, your score, it is Park River 9 and Lisbon 3. And this is American Legion Baseball on YouTube. Leading off in the bottom of the 6th for Lisbon, it'll be Welter, followed by Johnson and Lyons. 9-3, Park River leading here in the home half of the 6th.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th for Lisbon, the left fielder, number 16, Elliot Welter.
Welter has struck out twice, but did reach on a drop third strike in the second inning. Eventually came around to score in a wild pitch in that 3-run second inning. Those are all 3 runs for Lisbon. And takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Welter Johnson and Lyons, the 6, 7, 8 batters. Against the lefty Jake Solsing, 79th pitch right there. And misses for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Solsing has struck out 7 and walked 3. Giving up 3 runs, all earned, 4 hits. The 1-1 pitch is a high pop fly right center. Otto moving over into right center field and makes the catch. 1 away. That'll bring up Colton Johnson.
The first baseman, number 15, Colton Johnson.
Johnson is flied to right and flied to left. And we'll step in with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch, high and wide, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Colton Johnson. And he swings at the high fastball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eli Lyons waiting on deck, and that pitch misses outside. Ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Colton Johnson, the pitch. High and wide, ball 3, 3-1. This will be Solsing's 85th pitch. And neither bullpen is active right now. Here is the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the outer half of the plate. And the count now runs full on Johnson. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Solsing has had at least 1 strikeout in every inning now. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Misses, ball 4. That is his 4th walk. And it'll bring up Eli Lyons.
The catcher, number 14, Eli Lyons.
Lyons has singled and scored, struck out. Three of the strikeouts out of the 7 have been of the looking variety. There's strike 1 on Lyons. He struck out swinging back in the 4th. No balls and 1 strike. And the lefty delivers. Chopper off the plate. Solsing the pitcher. Grabs it. Spins. Throws to first for the out. 1-3 on the put out of Lyons. For out number 2. Johnson down to second. And it'll bring up the designated hitter, Camden Rondaspet.
A designated hitter, number 13, Camden Rondaspet.
Rondaspet has singled and scored. Bounced out pitcher to first. 1 for 2 as we wrap up the 3rd time through the order for Lisbon here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch, high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Rondaspet. Solsing with the look, has his sign, ready to work. 1-0 pitch. Slips that one across. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner off of second is Johnson. And a 1-1 count here, Rondaspet, the number 9 batter. And the pitch. Swing and a miss in the high fastball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on. Lisbon trailing at 9-3. They've been out hit 10-4. Solsing sets, delivers, 1-2. That one is outside, a little bit high, and the count now even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch number 93 coming up for the left-hander. And the delivery. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. That is strikeout number 8 for Solsing and retires his side. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. We head to the 7th. It's Park River 9, Lisbon 3. It's American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. As we head to the 7th inning, it'll be the top of the order. Amdahl, Solsing, and Trofgruben against Jacob Lyons for Lisbon.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning for Park River, the second baseman, number 7, Tucker Amdahl.
Amdahl today 1 for 3. Does have 3 RBI. Had a 2-run single in the 5th inning. Also an RBI and a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. A swing and a miss at the first offering from Lyons. 0-1. Lyons, the third pitcher used today for Lisbon. Bittner went the first inning in 2/3. Adair went 3 1/3. And now Lyons starting his 2nd inning. And that pitch inside misses both him and the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Amdahl, the right-handed batter. He also scored a run. Here's the pitch. Pop up. Short center. Drifting over. Reinke. He's there. Makes a shoulder-high catch. That is out number 1. Now Jake Solsing.
The pitcher, number 12, Jake Solsing.
Solsing 2 for 4. Singled his last 2 times up. Grounded out and struck out his first 2 times. And Lyons, the right-hander, delivers. There's a shot to left side into left field, a base hit. So 3rd hit in a row for Solsing, 3 for 5. Hit number 11 for Park River. That'll bring up Noah Trofgruben.
The left fielder, number 11, Noah Trofgruben.
Trofgruben 1 for 3, had a 2-run single in the 2nd. Now Solsing off of first. And the pitch. Here's a little flare down the left field line, and that is a foul ball right off the fist. And the count, no balls and 1 strike on Trofgruben. The right-hander, Jacob Lyons, came on with 1 out in the 6th in relief of Lincoln Adair. A 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. Adair came on with 2 out in the 2nd in relief of Bittner. Adair 74 pitches. Bittner threw 43. And the Lions with that pitch now at 17. 2 balls and 1 strike. The right-hander checks the runner at first. That's Solsing. And delivers. There's a high pop-up, infield right side. Johnson, the first baseman, in fair territory, makes the catch. That is out number 2 for Kieran Sullivan.
The right fielder, number 31, Kieran Sullivan.
Sullivan, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, doubled his last time up. And Lyons delivers. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to second. Going to be close. Not in time. Solsing with the stolen base. And it's a 1 ball, no strike count on Sullivan. That's the 3rd stolen base for Park River. Top of the order is going to be coming up for Lisbon. But they're going to have to do a lot of damage. Trailing 9-3. Here's another pop-up. And that's going to be out of play. Back behind us. So the count even now 1 ball and 1 strike on Kieran Sullivan. Will be going into his senior year this fall at Park River. The 1-1 pitch. That stays high. Ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 on, 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Park River leading it 9-3. Lyons delivers, runner to the 3rd. The pitch is a strike. The throw to 3rd, not in time. High throw. Adair came down with it, but the base umpire said that Solsing got in. So it is his 2nd stolen base. 4th of the game. Pitch was a strike to Sullivan. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Kieran. And Lyons delivers 2-2. Swing and a foul tip. And the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield in, but halfway in with 2 outs. Solsing, the runner, down at 3rd. Lyons delivers high, and the count now full, 3-2 on Sullivan. They're going to get a pinch hitter. Reeves Jorgensen is in the on-deck circle. If Sullivan can extend things. 3-2 pitch, and he will, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Lyons, and that will bring up Reeves Jorgensen.
Attention, now batting number 24, Reeves Jorgensen.
So Reeves Jorgensen batting here for Aravik. Aravik had walked twice and singled, was 1 for 2 with a run scored. And now Jorgensen to the plate, takes a pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Reeves Jorgensen. He'll be going into his senior year next fall. There's a strike called. The count 1 ball, 1 strike on Jorgensen. And Lyons delivers. Letter high fastball for a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on here in the 7th. 9-3, Park River leading. They have led throughout, got 4 runs in the top of the 2nd. Lisbon got their 3 in the bottom of the 2nd. Here's a high pop-up, foul territory right side, giving chase, catcher on the move. Nice play, Lyons. Eli Lyons with the catch over on the first base side, and that will retire the side. In the inning, no runs, a hit. No errors, they leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Lisbon needs 6 to tie, 7 to win. It is Park River 9, Lisbon 3. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Well, Jake Solsing's going to try to finish what he started, and he will face the top of the order, Cordero, Bittner, and Reinke. He's got 12 pitches that he can use in the inning before he will have to come out with the max at 105. And so far, with those 93 pitches in 6 innings, my Moorhead math tells me that's about 15 and a half, so he'd have to come down a little bit from his average to stay in the game and complete it.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th for Lisbon, the second baseman, number 2, Cam Cordero.
So Cam Cordero will lead things off, 1 for 2, singled in the first, walked and struck out. And he will face Olsing for the 4th time, and the lefty delivers. Curve in for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike on Cordero with Bittner and Reinke to follow for Lisbon, batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul off to the right. Whistles over the fence. Hope folks are paying attention. I think they were. No balls and 2 strikes. And Solsing delivers. Curve just misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cam Cordero. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul at the plate. And the count rolls along at 1-2. Lefty into the wind, delivers 1-2. And that pitch is high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the lefty delivers, swung on, fouled on the right field line. So the count continues at 2-2 on Cordero. A pitch on the way, high, ball 3, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Solsing, long look, has what he wants. Wheels and deals. Swinging a foul tip again at the plate. And the battle continues between Cordero and Solsing. And a 3-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul to the backstop. Now that was pitch number 102. And the lefty into the line. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Check swing in the dirt. The ball goes to the backstop, goes over by the dugout. Cordero hustling to first. He'll round first and stay put there. So the walk is the 4th walk issued by Solsing. And it'll bring up Jordan Bittner, and that's also going to bring out Coach Brett Omdahl. That was pitch number 103, so he could start this at-bat, and he could finish it, but he would not be able to go beyond Bittner. So we are going to have a pitching change, I'm going to assume, as Omdahl gets to the mound. Well, we'll wait and see. He hasn't taken the ball yet. Runner at first is Cordero. And Bittner is due up. And there is the pitching change. We have Solsing is heading to the outfield, so we'll step aside, let you know who's coming in to pitch. 9-3, advantage to Park River. Nobody out, 1 on as Cordero's at first. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Well, Jordan Bittner will lead things off. Pardon me. He'll be the first batter faced by Troftgruben. Runner at first base, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning, 9-3, Lisbon trailing. And now Troftgruben delivers. Wide, ball 1. Solsing, 103 pitches, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts. And now Troftgruben's going to try to finish it up. Not a save situation. And that pitch misses. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Bittner today has hit into a double play. Had a 2-run single in the 2nd, flied out in the 5th. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. And that pitch misses low. Ball 3, 3-0. Blaze Reinke waiting on deck. Those 7 batting here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The set by the right-hander, the 3-0 pitch. There's a strike called outside half, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting, Jordan Bittner was the starting pitcher. Came out with 2 outs in the second inning. And the 3-1 pitch. Wide, ball 4. So that's the first walk issued by Troutgruben. Runners at first and second for Blaze Reinke.
The center fielder, number 5, Blaze Reinke.
So Reinke 0 for 2. Reached his last time up. He struck out, but on the wild pitch, dropped third strike, was able to reach. There's a swing and a foul. No balls and 1 strike. Middle part of the order coming up here for Lisbon, but they need a big rally, trailing by 6. No balls and 1 strike on Reinke. Troutgruben, the right-hander, kicks and delivers 0-1. That is high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Cam Cordero and Bittner started the inning with walks. The one to Cordero is what chased Solsing out to center field. And the pitch, swinging a little squibber out toward second, gloved, throw to first, and double play. A little fister shot to Amdahl at second, and then they double off Bittner. So that'll be a 4-4-3 double play, second double play today for Park River.
The right fielder, number 7, Jaden Howard.
And now Jaden Howard, the last chance here for Lisbon, with a runner at second and 2 away. And the pitch. At the knees for a strike, 0-1. Final game of the day scheduled for 7:30. Maybe a little past that. Don't we get that last game in? This one now just a little over 2 hours old. Set, and the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner. And it's 0-2 on Howard. He has struck out, flied out, popped out, 0 for 3. No balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander, Troutgruben, sets 0-2 delivery. Swinging a liner. Look out, coach, down the right field line. Edgeley and Valley City, final game of the day. No balls and 2 strikes here on Howard. And the pitch. Chopper off the plate and glove there at first base. High catch by the first baseman, Aravik, and he runs to the bag, steps on the bag, and check that is Jorgensen, and he will make the play and retire the side. For Lisbon in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 2. Your final score, it is Park River 9, Lisbon 3. We're back with the totals. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Let's take a look at the totals in this one for Park River. They had 9 runs on 11 hits and no errors. And they left 6, 9, 11, 12 runners on base. And for Lisbon, 3 runs on 4 base hits. They had 3 errors and they left 9 runners on base. Winning pitcher is the lefty Jake Solsing. Solsing went 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, walked 5, struck out 8. Noah Troutgruben finished up, did walk a batter, but no save for Troutgruben. And on the other side, it is Bittner picking up the loss. Jordan went an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs all earned, walked 2, struck out 1. Lincoln Adair went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, only 1 earned, and his error was what opened the floodgates there. 5 walks and 2 strikeouts. And Jacob Lyons finished up 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So again, the Park River got 4 runs in the second inning. An RBI fielder's choice by Omdahl, a 2-run single by Troftgruben, and an RBI single by Otto. Then in the bottom half, Lisbon came right back, got 3 runs of their own. Welter scored on a wild pitch, and Bittner had a 2-run single. That made it 4-3. And then it was in the 5th inning that the 4 runs that came across to score for Park River to take an 8-3 lead. A 2-run single by Omdahl, and a couple of runs also scoring on errors. And then Kieran Sullivan, he had a leadoff double in the 6th, would come around to score on a bases loaded hit by pitch, and that made it 9-3, and that is your final here today. So Park River will move on. They will play in the semifinals. Again, they will take on the winner of the next game, Valley City and Edgeley. And for Lisbon, they will take on the loser of this next game tomorrow at 12:30 in the consolation bracket. So final look again at that line score for Park River: 4 in the 2nd, 4 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. 9 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Lisbon, 3 runs in the 2nd. They had 3 runs, 4 hits, and 3 errors. Again, winning pitcher is Jake Solsing. Jordan Bittner, the losing pitcher. No home runs and no saves in this one. Time of the game was 2 hours and 3 minutes. 2 hours and 3 minutes for your time of game. We'll be back at 7:30 with our final game here this evening of this day 1 of the Midsummer Valley City American Legion Baseball Classic. We'll be back at 7:30 with our final game. It'll be the Royals against Edgeley. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube.